ओके। मेरी आंखें हेलो। हाँ ठीक है। चलो। जरा एक सेकंड। ये वाला पुराना स्टाइल अच्छा है अपना। वालेकुम अस्सलाम। बाकी लोगों को बुला लो। गेंशन ऑन कर दूंगा तब तक। ये पानी का रे। ऑफलाइन है सब शायद। डू यू वांट मी टू चेक ऑन डू यू वांट मी टू चेक ऑन Valorant? I can check. Hmm. Hmm. ओपन हो रहा है अभी। लोड ही हो रहा है। लोडिंग लेता है बहुत ज़्यादा फोन पे। I should open. 6 second. I should open the game. It will take some time, so I should open the game. Hello Adya, welcome to the stream. I love you. बड़ी जल्दी आ गए आप तो यार। टेक्स्ट भी नहीं देखा और पहले ही आ गए, वाह। शोर तो नहीं हो रहा है ना कोई मेरे माइक से? नहीं। लोडिंग से है, क्यों हट जाता हूँ मैं? Thumbnail could be better. Yeah, I will.
Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
How are you texting? अच्छा, एर्मेसोल में जाने वाले थे हम। हाँ, okay.
Wow, it looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. Fine, let's call it truce, but only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are going to be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going. Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
Skara wants to record some information. What does he wants? Like his old memories. इसको नहीं पता ये क्या करता था पहले.
Wow. So this is the Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Tevat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Neither
we
needs
will
some
now
information
proceed to the
about
heart of
Genesis and
Irminsul.
about the Traveler
Can you
Sisters as
still
well.
sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Hey, so say we did go running off in here. What would happen?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
That's Skara's past, okay?
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
If I touch them, what happens?
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a heap.
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it. Are you
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. The Balladeer's actually doing what Nahida tells. The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do. Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk? Yes, I've also invited Paimon to join. Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
शुक्र है इसका मुंह बंद हुआ, लेकिन तब भी बोल रही है.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while. Paimon's never tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladeer's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say. As I've told you before,
This consciousness
there's
thing
still
is so
some
good.
mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers. Well done. Smart in it. So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today. Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else. Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon. Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that? If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that. Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought. Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone. So the Gesse got it right? Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So, have you found anything
Hi,
yet?
Yuvraj.
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Wait, how did you
You're
know
new to
about
this
that?
channel, Yuvraj.
Didn't Ahita tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh? What?
This light. It looks similar to the...
Anonymous data?
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to...
Shh! Just
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace after
Guys,
all.
like the stream and subscribe to
It
the
may
channel
not pay
as
to
much
act
as...
rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
Whoa!
They started Skara's part. Okay.
I have been in Tatara Suna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa. And under your leadership, Tatara Suna is a warm, welcoming place. Like a giant village. People are gainfully employed. Their lives have purpose. They are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatara Suna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy.
इसकी आवाज को ज़्यादा ही अच्छी है.
Blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same
Yeah,
timescale.
agreed. You sound nice.
You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method
Yeah,
that you
बाकी
jointly
लोगों को बुला
developed.
क्रिस, बाकी लोग नहीं
He
आएंगे तो
sold it to
भाई
me.
मिन फिर वो बाद में वो हो
And now,
जाएगी.
every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir, who are
You have to
truly
call them, Chris.
responsible
You
for
have
the
to call
changes
them.
in our manufacturing and forging
क्योंकि
methods.
फिर मिन बाद में फिर से वो
You
हो जाएगी.
flatter
नहीं
me.
किया आपने, नहीं किया आपने.
From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma. And it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to speculate.
Addicted are you streaming Skara?
I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way.
वेदांत का है,
What have we
वेदांत को
gained from
पूछ.
adopting your new technology?
वेदांत को बोल वो सब कुछ
Ominous
कर लेगा.
black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate. And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
कोई नहीं आ
You're well
जाएंगे वो लोग.
informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatara Suna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
क्या?
A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to
killed him.
Fontaine, but that didn't stop them.
But why?
Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatara Suna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
इसकी आवाज
If you
नहीं रुकी.
kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a
I forgot,
puppet.
but it
You're
was
a
something related to
human.
furnace.
You're just missing a heart.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this? Why go to all this trouble?
एक सेकंड
It's
ना
no
मैं फोन
trouble
पे
at
कुछ कर रहा
all.
हूँ.
Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
The Fatui? Who? What do you want?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat.
Neva is so
I
close
say,
to
Mr.
Skara that
Neva,
he
let's
got
see
killed
what
by this
happens.
person, but Skara
Will
thinks he
your
betrayed
puppet
him.
friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible.
मेरे में जो था हाँ मेरे को
Mr.
पता है
Neva.
डॉक्टर स्ट्रेंज में जो था मेरे को पता है.
Already dead. What a pity. Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
Damn, तो सारी फसाद की जड़ ये डॉक्टर है.
Hey,
Dottore. Good. Good.
ATHEX, welcome to the stream.
was that the doctor? Did he turn
मैं
into a
एक सेकंड
mechanic
जेंस
from
मेरे को सिर्फ एक
Fontaine?
सेकंड देना ठीक है. आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग समथिंग. एक सेकंड ठीक है. Yes, now you are mod again.
But why did we see things from his perspective?
Okay, जितना
When
जितना
I
तुम लोग
touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind.
अच्छा ये सुन लो कि
You
तुम
have
लोग
to
जितना
admit,
शेयर कर सकते
it
हो स्ट्रीम
must
को
be the
उतना करो.
truth.
आज के आज ही हम
so,
लोग 250 सब्सक्राइबर्स का
but
गोल
it
अपना
means
कंप्लीट
nothing.
मानेंगे. 4 सब्सक्राइबर्स चाहिए
Does it?
और आई वांट एवरी सिंगल वन
But
टू बी
this
रियल.
memory shows that Niwa
ठीक है?
didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
आज मैं जाऊंगा आज आफ्टर द स्ट्रीम आई विल गो ओपन माय क्रंची रोल एंड आई विल बिंज वॉच लाइक लिटरली बिंज वॉच करूंगा मैं. ये काइजू नंबर 8 करके कुछ आया है मिशन रिकॉन करके. ये बहुत टाइम से बहुत ज़्यादा हाइप में है और मेरे को टाइम नहीं मिल रहा है मैं इसको देखूं. ठीक है मैं सिर्फ क्रंची रोल पे सिर्फ एक ही एनिमे देख रहा हूँ, वो है सोलो लेवलिंग. अब भी मैं आज जाऊंगा और मैं फाड़ दूंगा कसम से. मैं पूरा बिंज वॉच करूंगा. ये शायद इसके 2 एपिसोड बचे हैं सिर्फ. अब 2 एपिसोड से बचे हैं आना, बाकी सब आ चुके हैं. तो मैं बिंज वॉच करने वाला हूँ आज मैं देखूंगा क्या इतना हाइप बनी हुई है इसकी. आई वोंट डिस्टर्ब यू एनी मोर, सॉरी. अरे वो बात कर रहा है ना तेरे से ढंग से, तो ढंग से बात कर ले उसके साथ.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions. I'm still
Fun
confused
to watch.
about the Tatara
थोड़ा बहुत स्टोरी लाइन
incident.
बोलो मेरे को उसकी.
So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up? Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday.
यार आज फिर वही
So now you have the complete picture.
ओके बेसिकली अटैक ऑन
Katsuragi took the
टाइटन ओके ठीक है
kabuki to live with the people of Tatarasuna.
क्रेज बेटा अच्छी तरह मान
Later,
जाओ बातें
the doctor
हर
showed
किसी
up,
से ढंग से बात
disguised as a
करो ठीक है
mechanic from Frontier.
कोई भी आ रहा है ठीक से बात करो
And
अपना
that's
मूड
when the
वैसा
trouble
मत कर दो
began.
कि मैं ये नहीं करूंगा मैं वो
It
नहीं
was all
करूंगा
a horrific
कभी कभी कोई
experiment
इंसान
planned
डांट
by the
देता है इसका ये
doctor.
मतलब नहीं है कि कुछ भी नहीं करेगा कर
Everything
मैं तेरे
he
को कुछ
did
नहीं
was
रोक रहा हूँ
just to
करने से
plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in
मेरी
the
गलती थी
future.
उधर मैं बोल जो रहा हूँ मेरी
Of all
गलती
the
थी आई
unwitting
रिएक्टेड बैडली
participants in the
आई रिएक्टेड
doctor's
बैड
experiment,
मत सोच ऐसे
The
कर जो
balladeer
करना है तेरे
became the main test subject. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?" The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants. The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it has protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
वाह
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Texting someone from straight for straight
Detour,
one month
you
and getting
brazen
no
face.
response is not fine by me anyway.
Niwa
That's
didn't
a
run from
justice.
justice. You killed him.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Hey, aren't you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Teyvat.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other
Huh? About what?
the reason why there are records about your sister in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was her first destination when she arrived in this world.
Spoiler alert.
Plus, she only
this will
came to
change,
this world
okay.
because the heavens responded to the summoning.
अच्छी बात है अगर
The
टेस्ट चेंज
heavens responded?
मुझे इसका अच्छा लग रहा था वो टोपी के पीछे वो जो वो
The jester told me this
केप बना हुआ
himself.
है
You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your sister for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now. Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me. Give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past? Done.
Huh? What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands for a second.
Nothing.
Basically,
I was
Skara
just
becomes a
thanking
nice
him for
person.
helping
Okay.
me. So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist. Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the
एक से
pests
ना
they
मेरे घर
are.
से कॉल आ रहा है.
But if a colony of harm
Oh, he's really gone!
Sorry.
Oh, can you hear me?
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out!
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had?
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on him. Sorry, Nahida.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as
Wait.
possible.
ये किधर गया है पैलेटियर? बस इतना ही और कुछ नहीं हुआ क्या?
We're out! And we're at, an inn?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's I'm sorry, but this isn't
An emergency? How bad is it?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct,
More load.
though there may be some minor disturbances,
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And he wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible. Right. You can't just rewrite history. All that stuff happened already in
आप तो
real
फाउंटेन
life.
में थे ना? हाँ, बट ये करना पड़ रहा है मेरे को.
It's like happen. So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do. Oh, Paimon's so confused. Huh? Ah! Sorry, Paimon accidentally... But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that... Uh-oh. Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise... There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should... Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight. So, how about... Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Andrean chili... Oh!
पूरी रात बैठ के ये सब यही कर रहे थे क्या?
Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about. Is that a food too? Huh. What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon... So, the balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause... Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but... Is everything okay?
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, the art of forging practiced by these 5 clans, was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another, as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft, until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans, if my memory serves me right, you yourself were present.
Oh yeah, we were! We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then too. It seems like...
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is the Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, So I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatara Suna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatara Suna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphan son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent-up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back, fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea. He seemed well. My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? On to the next stop! Lead the...
Quest area reached. Yes, Min Min, कर रहे हैं हम लोग. तू गायब है.
This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler, it's been a while. If you're looking for the commission...
Are they out on...
The commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the commissioner's place.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But...
We'll be heading in then.
Hello, dears. Of course, traveler. Yet what would you like to know? Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the commissioner's behalf. As for the commissioner himself...
So pretty much business as usual in the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very welcome. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not...
Alright, goodbye for now. Where are we going next? Great! Goodbye, ma'am! Don't worry,
All right.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep!
Very well. Safe trip.
For God's sake, कितना दूर है?
Do I have...
What kind of person comes to a place like this and just spaces out?
Hey, I wasn't spacing out. I was pondering...
Sure you were. Your eyes were glazed.
Why are you making...
Oh, he said Tatarasuna. Looks like...
Oh, is there something you want to know about Tatarasuna? My name's Xavier. Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away. Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago.
Unrated में
It's a
बकचोदी करने के
long
बाद आ
story,
गया.
don't you know?
वाह
The
भाई.
tale of
अच्छा,
Tatarasuna
जितना
starts a
तुम
long
मैं बोला था
time
ना शेयर
ago.
करो स्ट्रीम को लाइक
I'm
करो
told
स्ट्रीम
that its
को.
history
मुझे आज
is one of the
4
most
सब्सक्राइबर्स
foremost
चाहिए जो
forging
रियल
and smelting
सब्सक्राइबर्स होंगे.
operations in the
Like
nation.
4 के 4
Goes back
सब्सक्राइबर्स चाहिए
around
आज.
1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a
आज
couple of
खत्म करेंगे
serious
250
maintenance
वाला
issues along
बकचोदी.
the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either.
सबको
There was
बोल
a
रहा
guy
हूँ, सिर्फ
back
तुझे
then
नहीं.
too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
YT and DC यूज करता हूँ बस. I am telling you to just to scare to people. I'm not telling you to do it like mandatory. You can do it, you can't do it. It's up to you.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Sabi?
Oh, I didn't realize.
Me neither.
What brought this on? Sure, go ahead. A kabuki mono? No, I can't say that I do know the word. Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just put sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatarasuna is concerned. Of course!
Oh, we're leaving?
Oh, you're most welcome. Farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, but what's up? Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will come on. You gotta keep it together. All right, let's head up.
Hey, it's them!
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you...
It's the same topic we discussed last.
Still looking for more info about Tatara Suna, huh?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real
I presume you'll want to read mine as well.
Well, what do you think?
हाँ
Hey,
ओ
Trav,
यक्षत कैसा है?
remember how last...
What did you find out?
It's a long story.
Is Min here, right? Min here.
Wow.
Hello, Min.
So many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Armanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in—
Yes, okay, point taken, you were...
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
Oh, so sorry. Look at a—
You're welcome.
Keep us in the loop if you find out...
Will do.
अरे यार
Nahida, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then he decided...
The balladeer? You look troubled. It... Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong?
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
But how was he even able to do that?
बढ़िया एकदम हाँ मैं बढ़िया
As
ठीक
the
हूँ
traveler
एक सेकंड में
said,
आया
he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it. Nevertheless,
केले पीछे
it
टेबल पे
does
रखे
make
थे
sense.
मैं भूल ही गया था
If
कि
someone were to
तुम मेरे को भूख नहीं लग गई
successfully
तो मैं
erase
सोच रहा हूँ मेरे पास
themselves
खाने
from
के लिए क्या क्या है
Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because... well, because he literally changed the world?
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The traveler comes from a world beyond Tevat. That's why there's no information about him in Irminsul, and it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect him. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's...
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it?
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
पहले मिनमिन इधर आती नहीं है ठीक है मिनमिन स्ट्रीम पे रहती नहीं है फिर बाद में रोएगी कि तुमने वो नहीं भैया आपने वो नहीं किया भैया आपने वो नहीं किया ठीक है पहले वो स्ट्रीम पे रहती नहीं है फिर वो बोलेगी कि मैंने नहीं किया है ठीक है अच्छा ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है तो अगर बोलना नहीं है तो फिर स्ट्रीम पे क्या ये, मुझे बताओ, बोल नहीं रहे हो तो फिर स्ट्रीम पे क्यों हो? बोलो ना कुछ, क्या साइलेंट मोड से बने बैठे रहते हैं? चलो यार, पीठ पीछे बात कर लो, तभी तो बोल रहे पीठ पीछे करनी ही नहीं चाहिए ना हमें बात, तू सामने रहे बोल। बटुई में बेचारी को डांट, फालतू में बेचारी को डांट लिया। सॉरी क्यों, ये क्या हो रखा है भाई सबको? मां की आंख। किसी ना किसी का रोज मूड चेंज होता है यार। क्या हुआ है मिन मिन, बता मेरे को क्या हुआ है। एथेक्स में मारू, सॉरी एथेक्स बोल रहा हूँ, जैंस की जगह एथेक्स बोल रहा हूँ मैं। जैंस मार खाएगा। ओ मोटिवेशन स्पीकर क्रिस, चुप कर।
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
अच्छा मैगी बना रही है, बना बना। चुप, सॉरी वाली नहीं। आज मैंने जब रोजा खोला ना इफ्तियार के बाद, मैंने पहले खाना खाया नॉर्मली, ठीक है ठीक है, मैंने थोड़ा नॉर्मल खाना खाया पहले, उसके बाद मैंने बुलडक 3x स्पाइस खाया है आज। जो फटी हुई हालत में मैंने दूध पिए हैं, आय हाय हाय, कितने 2 पैकेट लाए थे मैंने दूध के, ठीक है, वो 500 ग्राम वाले, वो 30 रुपए के जो आते हैं, 1 किलो होता है कि 500 ग्राम होता है, वही वो लाए थे मैंने। एक मैंने चाय के लिए लाया था जो मैं सहरी के टाइम पे रात को खाऊंगा, और एक दूध लाया था जो मैं सोने से पहले, मतलब सहरी का जो होता है ना बिल्कुल, मतलब वो टाइम, उस टाइम पे पीऊंगा और फिर नमाज पढ़ के सो जाऊंगा, ठीक है, ये सोचा था, ठीक है। मैंने वो दोनों दूध खोले, ठीक है, बोतल में डाले और सीधा पी गया, कुछ देखा ही नहीं, क्योंकि एक्चुअली मैं दिन में मैं कुछ खा नहीं रहा हूं, और मैंने कुछ ज्यादा खाया नहीं था वो बुलडक खाने से पहले। ऐसा हालत खराब हुआ ना मेरा उसके बाद, ऐसा हालत खराब हुआ मेरा, सीधा दूध पी गया, सारा का सारा दूध, जितना दूध था सब पी गया। अब रात को चाय ही नहीं पी पाऊंगा मैं। कोई नहीं, कल पियेंगे चाय।
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
आपकी स्पाइस टॉलरेंस कितनी है बेटी? मैं कश्मीर से हूँ, स्पाइस टॉलरेंस मेरे अंदर बहुत ज्यादा है, मतलब कश्मीर वालों के लिए कम है, तुम लोगों के लिए बहुत ज्यादा है। बिना पेट खाया था वो।
Once the balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that.
अच्छा नाम रखना है।
If he thought there was the story makes sense. The balladeer tried to that power then enabled him to change
मेरे पास
what
एक
was
बहुत तगड़ा
recorded in
नाम है,
human soul and
सबको
erase
बता दूंगा
himself,
जैंस।
even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his
आपका रियल
friends.
नाम बता दूं क्या?
He just feels so hopeless.
गाड़ना
He
फाड़
tried
दूंगा तेरी में।
everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
चल एक काम कर, नहीं अभी रुक, मैं फिर चेंजेस करके आ जाऊंगा ना, नाम वाम हटा के। वैसे तो मेरा नाम लिख ही नहीं सकता है, वो मैंने हटा रखा है।
Please wait a moment. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that...
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
मैं आपकी चड्डी फाड़ दूंगा। मैं चड्डी पहनता ही नहीं।
Is this a fairy tale?
I authored this record.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer?
When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this
Not
story
me,
is
not
an
Nightbot ने
allegory.
दिया है। अक्षत Nightbot ने दिया
Everything
है।
in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived
Any information about the balladeer or the kabuki changing the information in Irminsul, but Irminsul can't change information.
That's incredible!
And sending the traveler into
Akshat,
Irminsul
तेरी
with the
क्या age है?
balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew he'd remember everything. This story is abstract
टीवी की
enough
स्क्रीन पे
that it
जाके
still
क्या?
resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one he told us. The now erased life of the
वही तो,
balladeer.
तभी तो मैं पहनता ही नहीं हूँ। मैं 19 हो जाऊंगा भाई, या इस साल हो। उसका नाम बता दूंगा।
There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster
सबको।
found a family
Access
of
is old,
foxes,
25.
joined them, and they once in a while, the monster would take off its... But the monster soon found the kitten too wished... Furious at this happy a gray fox stood up.
मेरे पास
The
एक
monster
खतरनाक,
smiled,
मतलब बहुत ज्यादा
led the
खतरनाक
fox
खतरनाक
toward
नाम
the
है
fire,
इसके लिए, बैलेडियर के लिए।
and the monster gave
I'm
a
more
heart of
old,
water
bro.
to the kitten,
I'm about to
telling him,
expire 82.
the foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. The fire was extinguished. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content.
The whole point is, Zans का जो नाम है ना, ठीक है, Zans का जो नाम है, that name and the Zans name are completely opposite. ठीक है, Zans का real नाम is very like it's like a man of the house. ठीक है, उसका नाम ऐसा है, like the man of the house. Zans is like the Gen Z of the house. आप मेरे बेबी गर्ल के लिए अच्छा सा नाम रखना। अच्छा रखता हूँ मैं नाम, ठीक है। कपकेक रखा था ना उसका, वो एक और था ना अपना वो पेट। पता लगना चाहिए उसको भी, पता चल गया है। जैंस के नाम मेरे को कूल लगता है बहुत। मेरे को तो भाई वो वाला फीलिंग आता है, लाइक अलेक्जेंडर द ग्रेट वाला, फीलिंग आता है, लाइक प्रॉपर विंटेज। एलेक्स बढ़वा बोल दे ना, पर जेंजी नहीं बोलना मुझे। भैया स्टोरी आगे बढ़ा रहा हूँ, तू मैगी खा।
I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. and no one can know that they were different.
देखा ध्रुवा और जेंस कितना डिफरेंट है. ध्रुवा मैन ऑफ द हाउस ब्रो. ध्रुवा ग्रेट. ध्रुवा ऐसे कर सकते हैं. जेंस जेंजी ईमो टाइप लगता है नाम मेरे को. तेरा रियल नाम तू रखता ना जेंस, कसम से कह रहा हूं, मस्त लगता. But yeah, did Skara get his animal vision? I don't know. Dhruva.
We solved it!
बेचारा जेंस. इससे मैं अभी सुन ही नहीं रहा हूँ कुछ. फिर क्या ध्रुवा नेम इज लिटरली कूल एज फक भाई. कूल एज फक. उसके अलावा मेरे को नहीं लगता भाई ध्रुवा इज बेस्ट नेम. पता नहीं जैंस छपरी नाम के पीछे क्यों छुपा रखा है. जैंस एक छपरी नाम है. जैंस सुना, जैंस एक छपरी नाम है. जैंस सुना. जैंस एक छपरी नाम है. अगस्त्य नाम सो कूल आल्सो टू बी ऑनेस्ट. एथिक्स छपरी किसको बोला बे? ओए इतना ट्रोल नहीं करना है. चिल इतना ट्रोल भी नहीं करना है. बुरा मान जाएगा अपना जेंसू. ज्यादा ट्रोल ना करो. अब सेंस एक मंथ तक स्ट्रीम पे आएगा नहीं. पूरा तो वो मानती थी. अच्छा हाँ, आई नीड टू टॉक अबाउट समथिंग. मेरे दोनों मॉड्स इधर ही हैं तो मेरे को बात करनी है. वेदू तूने हाइड किया था ना उसको कल, वो आके चैट कैसे किया आज? हाइड करने के बाद भी चैट हो रहा है क्या? अच्छा एक ही स्ट्रीम के लिए होता है. ओह शिट. मोटी चुप. मोटी ही बोल दिया भाई. मोटी ही बोल दिया.
This is not just the Balladeer story.
मोटी बोल दिया. ऊपर से वो खा रही है इस टाइम पे. शर्म कर जेंस. वो खा रही है इस टाइम पे.
I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The balladeer agreed to help me look for
गाली
information about the
दे
descenders.
के बोलता है
And
रिक्वेस्ट एक्सेप्ट कर
although he was
जैंक
unsuccessful,
यूजर्स बन रहा है
he
मुझे
still
रील्स भी
helped you.
नहीं भेजता और अकाउंट ही डिलीट कर
Before he
दिया
vanished,
भाई
he confirmed
को
an
ऐसा भी
important
बोलते
detail.
थे दैट्स माय लव
That
लैंग्वेज
Conria
बेबी गर्ल का
was
नाम
where your
वही
twin
रखो
first came
जो
into
मैं
this
देती हूँ
world.
जरा हट
We still don't know how
मेरा
the
थोड़ी
change
बेबी
to
गर्ल है
Urban Soul will affect the senior
मेरा
ranks
थोड़ी
of the
बेबी गर्ल है वो
Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own harbinger.
If you want Rio, you should explore too. Yes, वेदु रुक करता बाद में
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if
This is why wisdom alone cannot. So the answer is not everything. When you give someone the truth, to others looking on,
भैया
this
आपकी
may
बेबी
seem
गर्ल
like a
कौन है
pointless
क्रिस है मेरी
endeavor,
बेबी गर्ल
but for him,
अगर
the
आपने
chance to act on his
और
desire
आपने
to
मैंने जो
disappear
नाम
must
नहीं
have meant
लिया
a
वो
lot.
रखा तो मैं मन से बुरा मान लूंगी चलना है
Never forget that even when we walk and that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahita's right.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take him out for a walk to clear his head?
You got it. Come on, traveler. You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk.
Silence mode on
Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits.
अबे रुक जाना तूने वैसा नाम सोचा ही नहीं होगा
But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
किसी विसी नहीं देते हम किसी विसी वाले हैं ही नहीं मैं पीडोफाइल हो जाऊंगा अगर मैंने किस दे दी भाई वो 18 से भी नीचे यार अगर कुछ गंदा हुआ ना कसम से भैया तू देख तो सही तू देख तो सही एथेक्स हुए नॉर्मल नाम नहीं रखता मैं बताऊंगा अभी बताता हूँ क्या नाम रख रहा हूँ मैं I'm 19. I don't believe you. You're 19. Forgot I'm 12. Yes, you're 12. Maniac. Barbie girl रख लो.
We're here. What should we eat first? Hey, are you gonna answer or what? Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
अभी वेद कार छोड़ा देगा सलमान बोई हो क्या
What is it? Have you figured it all out? Why'd you jump up?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look.
हैं ये तो जिंदा है
Hey! Hey, wait!
You mean...
No, not you. That kid. Look, if you're gonna help...
I wasn't paying close enough attention. I think you're right.
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. I don't want to take advantage.
No, please. I mean...
You're welcome, I guess.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more.
Stop. I'm gonna... You don't want money. You don't take...
That's right. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits
चेंज
you
हो गया
needed.
यार ये तो मुझे अच्छा लगने लग गया
Serious, was
अभी
it?
Change हो
I'll be
गया।
right back.
Hey, what do we do now?
कार इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट देन लाइव्स वाह भाई और अगर मारुति सुजुकी
Stay
हुई
out
तो
of sight. Don't let him see you.
My bitch gives more happiness than. I realized something. This Kara I knew had two versions too. अगर मारुति सुजुकी हुई तो तब भी उस कार के ज्यादा करोगे? मैं तो नहीं कर रहा भाई. Let me give you a better option. Let me give you a better option. If you think lives are more better, like lives can be better than cars. तुम आगे वाले बंदे की टट्टे फोड़ दो, मतलब वगैरह वगैरह टट्टे वट्टे बेच दो, आंखें बेच दो, लिवर बेच दो, ये बेच दो, वो बेच दो, तुम्हारे लिए नई गाड़ी खड़ी हो जाएगी भाई. मारना क्यों है? When you can have more money. मैं क्या सिखा रहा हूँ तुम लोगों को? क्या हो गया? वहां पे एक ओटीपी था.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the
9 minutes
balladeer,
left.
oh, all right.
This
Saढ़े
should
11
be
बजने को.
enough. Guess I should. Huh? You two over there. You've been following me all the way from the city. No, we haven't met. I have no recollection.
Are you absolutely sure?
Sorry, but I just can't take your.
A puppet?
Huh?
You're a rat?
I guess you do know me after all. Look, I'm just a wanderer.
Wanderer.
But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
देख के मैं सोऊंगा. अरे रुकना भाई, मेरे को भी देखने हैं.
Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working?
Yes, I ran into.
That's...
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you.
Then let's return to the city.
नामकरण कब करना है मेरे को इसका? मेरे को भाई नाम दिमाग में से निकल जाएगा. मेरे को दिमाग में से नाम निकल जाएगा इसका वरना. To grow to some. मुझे याद रखना पड़ेगा इसका नाम अब.
Here you go, boss.
Oh, you...
Something's come up.
I was just a...
What?
I get it, but look, imagine you... But anyway,
But I don't...
बाजू में लिख दो, लिख दिया है.
No. Then I suppose...
Don't mention it, kiddo.
Thank you. All right, done.
ये चाहिए मेरे को रेडिश. बड़ा टाइम लगा रहे हैं. Remember me, right? Yes, the sister one. I know you. You are the sister guy. Nothing, min, nothing. बच्चों के लिए नहीं है वो मिन. The Thai guy is crazy, Chris. करूंगा मैं भाई. इतना क्यों रोक रहा हूं? बाय. मेरे को अंधेरे में रखते हैं. चली जाती हो. Don't wants me. You want to know the story? You will feel disgusting about it.
Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
Zans, Chris, कोई बताओ इसको.
You say that you are trekking across to Vat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja, why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me. That I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called a previous incarnation.
Oh, like a past life or something?
हाँ वो ओडिया है वो ओडिया है
Yes, something far more distant than the past.
अरे वो मेरा कॉलेज
So
जूनियर
far
है
away that you cannot
अश्विन मेरा
perceive
कॉलेज
it.
जूनियर है
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation? Oh, okay, you want to tell me, but you can't bring yourself. If it's that difficult to talk about, but I'll be able to handle it. Please,
जल्दी आगे
tell me the
बढ़ो
truth.
मुझे वो डोमेन में जाना
Is
है
truth something you care a
Well,
lot
she
about?
kept telling
Yes.
me well she kept telling me I wasn't being honest to myself, so I said I prefer her thighs more, and then she was true. So is something not आगे बढ़ो बढ़
Then
रहा
I'll
हूँ
be straight with you. In your previous you nearly
मेन
died
पॉइंट
because
पे
of
आओ
what other
भाई
people
डिड
did.
यू for
You
no
nearly
no
died because of you. As a non-human
well if
being,
you was
you
gonna say
hated
it
gods
like
and
that
humans
honestly
alike.
yeah her thighs
You
are
drifted
hot
from
as
place
hell
to
मैं को
place,
लाई
never
इतना क्यों
able to
घुमा रहा
settle,
है
even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a
fuck you
heart.
Vedat
Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
I was talking to a girl who sent me voice note explaining how she saw a girl and
gave
felt
everything
like a
I had.
bisexual. वाह भाई
But
वाह
it really changed
क्रिस की
history
स्टोरी
a lot.
अलग ही लेवल पे है
In terms of
क्रिस
health,
अलग ही लेवल पे है भाई क्रिस
That's
what the
true.
fuck
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
ठीक है
that
जैन
is the
आ
nature
जाना
of
बाद
truth.
में
If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong.
It seems like my previous
I wish I
incarnation
could
wasn't
though
the
that's
most
not
likable
an option
individual.
for time being I have a voice note even Vedant भाई
We're not
मिन्नदी ने
trying to
सुना
hurt
है
your feelings or anything, but yeah,
but
we
yeah
weren't your
ever
biggest
been
fans.
with a gay friend and have the same taste in men no I at, in one point of my time there was a person जो कभी एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया कि वो गे है बट सब लोग उसको गे बोलते थे एंड मुझे उसकी हरकतों से भी लगता था गे है ठीक है मैं नहीं बताऊंगा क्या हरकतें करता था वो ठीक है ही हैड स्पेसिफिक टेस्ट में बोलता था कि ये बंदा अच्छा दिखता है वो बंदा अच्छा दिखता है ही हैड स्पेसिफिक टेस्ट इन मैन मेरे को सब चूतिए दिखते थे मुझे कोई अच्छा बुरा नहीं सब चूतिए
If we were enemies, why are you...
This is so frustrating. This guy's supposed to be up. He's got so much to answer for, but
That's
we
not the
can't make
easy
him
fix.
talk
I'll
because
die if
he
someone
doesn't
finds out.
remember anything. What a weird situation.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling.
Very well.
वेदांत मिन मिन यहीं है तेरे को पता है ना वेदांत
Wait, Shouldn't we go with him? This one.
Don't worry. Whatever.
Traveler, could I ask you to super...
Oh, good point.
Understood.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. क्या मुझे अब नाम रखना है इसका? नहीं, मुझे अंदर जाना है। ना bro, even if I somehow do it, I'll die. Okay. Oh. Who has that sword? I want to play with this guy somehow. पता नहीं क्यों.
This world is
मेरा बस
full of
मन कर रहा
unsolved
है.
mysteries.
मेरा बस मन कर रहा है इसके साथ खेलने का.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
एक सेकंड रुको गाइस.
What could the children...
Yo, Taco Daddy. Should I ascend him? Should I go for ascending him? I don't know. ये मेरे को मिल सकते हैं आराम से. ये भी मैं बहुत आराम से लेके जा सकता हूँ. बताओ क्या करूँ? There was a girl who texted me every day like this and she was 14. I had my back off. Okay. So I won't take this guy. Okay. मुझे बेटर टीम बताओ मेरी. मेरे को नहीं लगता है ये टीम बेटर है. Just go. Okay, fighting नहीं है. Okay. He's got more girls than my entire group. What the hell? Chris is himself a girl. Like, थोड़ा बहुत लड़की वाले कांड भी करता है वो.
This looks like Inazuma.
Guys, please.
Right now, you're in a dream I created.
Somehow I'm
using
losing
information
subscribers as
extracted
I
from your
am
memories.
streaming.
These
Please
memories
like
will
this
show
stream.
you the raw
Please
truth.
subscribe to the
But
channel
be
and
aware
please
that
share as
enemies
much
may
as you
react
can.
just like in the real world. Please be careful.
Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that...
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation.
Please suggestions for
You
him
had a
from
great
here.
many memories here.
Wow.
Is that because this is kind of
He's so
like
sweet.
his birthplace?
How much someone hate my baby
You
girl. Hut.
could say...
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. No, there's no... Hmm? You're awake. Huh.
This man is
And the rest is history.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was...
Let me get you out of here.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared
Don't
not
skip
long
भैया
after.
बात खत्म. Okay, okay. I
As
won't.
the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
ये मैं कंफ्यूज क्यों हो रहा हूँ यहाँ पे? Am I doing something wrong here? नहीं. अच्छा नीचे पे नीचे जा रहा है. ATHEX bro, I got caught once in a while. Should I take a risk?
What are we doing back
So
here?
long ago. Should I take the risk? What, like, how, like, what were you doing? This is confusing as fuck, okay.
Whoa, this is where you were born?
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died. And then my dad got sick. He kept coughing.
But you can't.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna...
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him.
Bye,
They
good
made a
night, good
promise
night.
to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still
तेरे को
very
मैंने
young.
बोला था ना मैं you should never know
balladeer
about
came
this.
home
It
one
was
day
not
and
with
found
her.
that he
When
had
I
stopped
got caught,
breathing.
it was one of my
Hey,
maternal. She was really.
What's
really-
wrong?
So we doing
Say
it. Your mom
something!
caught us and you got.
You
Yeah,
promised me we
yeah.
could be family!
कुछ भी हो रहा है भाई इधर.
You're no different from Niwa. The voices have gone.
Let's keep going.
चलो वो तो मेरे को समझ आया कि what happened there. मेरे को समझ आया कि उसको छोटा बच्चा अपनी फैमिली बोलता था and then वो हुआ. हाँ ठीक है समझ
You
गया
do
मैं.
realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to dread aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
This shall not be my fate.
Let me read you a verse.
I guess this is it. That's
Dodge this!
Rain outlines your fate.
this first.
Transfixed.
Go as planned. Barbados, guide us.
That's to work. Use this first.
Laid bare.
Go as planned.
Counterattack.
No, my sword.
Cool it!
Time to work. Well met. Don't be a killjoy. Just be.
उसकी लेवल ही नहीं बढ़ रही है भाई. क्या करूँ?
When you're back into it, I see through you. You can't run.
Overruled. Everlasting
हो गया.
as the moon.
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. I see through you.
Dodge this!
You can't run.
Ring cutter.
This
मार दिया तो food won't bring her HP. It's a ult. Okay, it's only ult. अच्छा समझा मैं. तो मैं उसको कभी food नहीं दूंगा अब. समझ गया.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the delusion factory in Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the Traveler once encountered the Balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. Hey, look over there!
Well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools?
What do you have to... Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time?
Bro, chat
Oh,
read
but
out.
of course,
Okay.
even this pales in comparison to being
trouble.
experimented on by the doctor.
Trouble and her mom.
What a
even
sharp
tried to
tongue you
steal my
have.
family and stuff.
Funny how
Though it
negotiating
was
never
somehow
seems to be your
resolved,
strong
that's why I was
suit.
asking, should I take
For the
this
task
or is it
ahead,
worth it?
I suggest you keep
I mean,
your
it's
true
up to you
feelings
that
to
if
yourself.
Your sister
Save
wants
your
to,
breath.
you can. If
I
you,
know
if,
what I have to
whatever.
do.
What the fuck, yeah?
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child
The
never
thing is,
fail
if
to
you
find
want to
ways
do
to
it-
complicate things.
I'm
That's up
merely
to you.
lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Goka look at you. By then,
मेन
See you
स्ट्रीम
at
लैब्स
the
का
victory
कांड है
feast.
हम लोगों ने नहीं किया.
Poor little tongue? Forget it.
The plot does not end here.
Yes.
why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right? Witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Does this?
No, my sword!
Laid bare. So soon.
Commendable. Everlasting as the moon. Overruled.
Can't run from death.
Okay. I was thinking I should really take the next step. Then you should.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru.
अरे स्ट्रीमलैब्स को कुछ तो दुश्मनी है तेरे से.
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across.
Then I decided I'll
Thanks
go
to
for
you,
now.
I was
I'll come
able to
back after
garner a
some
great
days to give
deal of
updates the
information.
station. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Alas, after that,
Bye-bye.
you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other. and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded.
क्या
Ever
ये
wonder
इसको
what
क्यों
they
दे रहा है
think if
बार
they
बार?
knew that nothing matters to you apart
देखो,
from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Let's move on.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass.
क्या कर लेगा सीधा बैठ
Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules.
बेचारी मिन
With each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you.
मिन
Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me.
मिन कुछ
And
बोल
ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next.
बोलना डर रही है
But
क्या
then I
बोल
met
बोल बोल
you. And I finally
उनको
realized that
unnecessary
reclaiming my
टांग
missing
अड़ानी है।
sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
खुद पे कुछ कंटेंट नहीं रहता मतलब कुछ समझा नहीं मैं वाइट स्पेस कौन है भाई अब मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा हूँ क्या बकवास हो रही है इधर हैं अरे ये फिर आ गया। समझा नहीं मैं, किसको बोल रही है? किसको बोल रही हो? कॉन्टेक्स्ट देगा मेरे को? जो आया था
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself.
वो बताओ पहले मुझे.
So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours. You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here?
It's...
You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is... my...
Is he alright? No way! Hey! Are you done yet?
All worthless dross.
अरे ये बताओ पहले, मिन दो अकाउंट से कैसे बात कर रही है?
That's why...
और फिर दूसरी कौन है?
This won't be the end!
दूसरी मिन कौन है यार? वो तो बताओ. दो टैब यूज करके. अच्छा
Die.
So cool. वो तो है. Cool तो है.
This is trying my patience.
Have you got all your memory tests down?
Have you got any more stupid questions? Churn! Squall of Fury! At my command,
You shall fall! Perish! Insignificant pest!
I'm used to this. The wind rises. Cry loud.
हो गया. If someone has brain, then the build has provided by Genshin itself.
Imbecile!
It disappeared. Did we win?
What did you expect?
There's the tone of voice again. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too.
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing...
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on.
हो गया. चलो.
Welcome back, traveler. Time. You don't like being...
It's fine. After learning about... I'm not planning on...
So, you're quitting the
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali.
But that doesn't mean...
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, what you were looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the...
Indeed.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten...
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire...
Why would you go to such lengths?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my... But before that,
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it.
ठीक है, मैं समझा.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. You're sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are...
I'm glad you're able, traveler, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, so that's how you found out whose fate had changed. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back. Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals.
बस ये नामकरण करके
I'll
देखते हैं
balance
उसके
the
बाद क्या
books
करेंगे.
one day.
That's not true. A relationship
मैं अभी
between
रुको,
two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal.
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too!
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
No! Paimon only does nicknames! If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Have you got anything?
ये रखूंगा मैं अब ओके ठीक है रख देता ठीक यही रखूंगा मैं सोच रहा हूँ ये रखूंगा बेस्ट नाम है भाई यही नाम रख रहा हूँ मैं अब द ग्रेट बीबीसी रुको 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 कोई नाम सोचने दो इसका नहीं सोचने दो मेरे को नाम I have a name for him. What about this? If you know, you know. If you know him, if you know this name, you know. मैं क्यों रख रहा हूँ ये? I have two names, Nagato, Yahiko. दोनों में से एक रखने का ट्राई कर रहा हूँ. थोड़ी बहुत सिमिलैरिटीज ढूंढता हूँ स्टोरीज में. भाई मारा गया जिसको बोलता था कि यू आर ह्यूमन, छोड़ दिया गया. Now he's being real. पहले ये था. Now he's being real. Pain is real. I can go for this also. Better name for this is this. Star plus नाम रख दूं भैया. ओबिटो इज बेटर नेम, बट वो लव स्टोरी वाला सिनेरियो नहीं है, थोड़ा बहुत है। ओबिटो एंड सास्के, नागाटो बेटर। नहीं यार, नागाटो की स्टोरी थोड़ी बहुत डिफरेंट है। नागाटो को फ्रेंड्स तो थे, इसको फ्रेंड्स ने भी धोखा दिया है। ओबिटो की सिमिलर थोड़ी बहुत है, सास्के की बहुत ज्यादा सिमिलर है। छोटा भीम तो बेटर नाम है भाई, नॉट गॉना लाइक, छोटा भीम बहुत अच्छा नाम है। But this guy is actually ओके, मैं कोई नाम दूंगा जिसकी तरह ये मेरे को लगता है, ठीक है? स्कारामोची ना, बोलो बोलो, नाम बोलते रहो, मैं देख रहा हूँ सबके नाम। रसमलाई, रसमलाई बोल रहे हैं नाम, रसमलाई बोल रहे हैं। पावर रेंजर, पावर रेंजर ही बोल दिया। शिनचैन, ओ ये लुक्स लाइक ए शिनचैन गाय, ठीक है। कौन सी स्टोरी है जो थोड़ी बहुत इससे रिलेट कर सकता हूँ एनिमेज में मैं? याददाश्त गई। हो 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 हो, अरे वन ऑफ द बेस्ट एनिमेज यार। बहुत मैच कर रही है स्टोरी, फॉर रियल मैच कर रही है स्टोरीज के साथ, फॉर रियल मैच कर रही है स्टोरीज के साथ। कैन काने की तो अच्छा, कैन नाकी लिखा है मैंने, कैन काने की, कानिकी, कानिकी, नहीं क्या लिख रहा हूँ स्पेलिंग में, मेरे को याद क्यों नहीं आ रही इसकी स्पेलिंग। कानिकी, हाँ मैं फर्स्ट टाइम में फर्स्ट नहीं, टोक्यो गोल्ड मेरा वन ऑफ द जो इनिशियल एनिमेज में आता है ना टॉप, लाइक समझ लो 9th 10th 11th ऐसे कुछ की कोई नंबर है जिस पे मैंने ये एनिमे देखा था, और मेरे को उस टाइम पे बेस्ट लगा था ये। मतलब नारुतो चाइल्डहुड देखा था मैंने सिर्फ उस टाइम तक, वो मेरे को बस सिर्फ काने की ही दे दो। हाँ कैन तो नहीं, काने की दे देता हूँ, काने की दे देता हूँ, कर्नेल की। है ना, अब बेटर है, काने की बेटर नाम। बेटर नाम ना, स्टोरी बहुत मैच करती है, लाइक टर्न आउट टू बी ए विलन, देन नहीं बना विलन, याददाश्त भी खो गई थी, बहुत स्टोरी मैच करती है। लोगों को मारा, इसने भी तो मारा। मैं तो यही रख रहा हूँ कहानी की।
Are you sure? Oh, all right. If you say so.
मैं रख रहा हूँ। ग्रिफिट नहीं, ग्रिफिट का नहीं हुआ था वैसा, उसके सामने सब कुछ हुआ है।
Now you have a name of your own.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Still thinking. Stop rushing.
तू एक बार टोक्यो गॉल देख के आ मिनमिन, तेरे को पता चलेगा मैं क्या
Take
बोल
your
रहा हूँ।
time.
कितनी स्टोरी मैच करती
I
है।
don't need to see you again until you've thought of one.
The most cruel torture I've ever seen in an anime. एक ग्रिफिट के साथ हुआ था, दूसरा ये नहीं, पहला तो थॉरफिन का, ग्रिफिट नहीं, थॉरफिन के साथ हुआ है सबसे ज्यादा गंदा वाला टॉर्चर, उसके साथ हुआ है। एंड इसके साथ हुआ है कानिकी के साथ। कानिकी मैंने भी रखा था एक टाइम पे, मेरा एक बार वॉलपेपर हुआ करता था कानिकी, नाम रखा था उसका पबजी में, वो चीजें कर रखी थी मैंने। केन नाम था मेरा, कानिकी नहीं था, कानिकी केन नाम था मेरा, पूरा नाम रख नहीं सकते थे, केन रखता था।
Everyone who
People who know
manipulated
Sanji's
me
backstory,
and made
I
me
know
suffer
Sanji's backstory.
will have to pay the price.
The Sanji's backstory is different than this story.
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma.
पता सांजी
Some
की
of them
स्टोरी किसके
know.
साथ मैच करती है?
Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being.
अभी तो कोई नहीं आया
If you
वैसा
see them in
honestly.
Inazuma,
अभी कोई
please
आया ही
tell
नहीं है
them
वैसा
that I
जिसकी
was the
स्टोरी
one
मैच करती है।
responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is a... Huh?
It's fine. What's that look for? That day will come. All right. Goodbye, wise deity. And you...
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been...
Yeah, true. But even so, we can finally go eat.
Thank you both.
Toka and Kanki, I was in the wrong age, don't mind me. अच्छा वो, हाँ ओके यार, ओपी कब में होगा? I want to watch the further episodes.
I've got it! I can end my novel with
Resume
some
होगा,
words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean
हो जाएगा
because
वो।
everyone else in the story?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator. The dark clouds had dissipated. Then, one night, all these expressions of life is a story.
बस करो यार, कितना लंबा खींचोगे स्टोरी को? खत्म नहीं हुआ अभी तक ये खत्म क्यों नहीं हुआ अभी तक? है ये स्टोरी खत्म क्यों नहीं हो रही है? Coco was so good, yes. ये स्टोरी खत्म क्यों नहीं हो रही है? Can someone tell me स्टोरी खत्म क्यों नहीं हो रही है? बस करो भाई, दे दनादन बातें किए जा रहे हो।
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the time. Wow, great! Huh? Look at the vase. Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But...
You sound lost and confused. I know why you are troubled.
Who the fuck are you?
You're talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance.
Who the
But
fuck is
for
this?
anyone else,
Who the fuck is this?
who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not
अरे मैं भी बंद करने वाला हूँ, रुक
displaced.
जा थोड़ी देर क्रिस.
The same is true of fate. Like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can.
कुछ तो है. वो टाइम गॉड तो नहीं है
Believe your
जिसने इसकी बहन को
own
लिया था.
eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
The voices disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff? Anyway, that face feels wrong just leaving it there.
हो गया कंप्लीट. हाँ अच्छी स्टोरी थी. नॉट बैड स्टोरी, गुड स्टोरी.
Ad Ast. Thank you
Like
for
well
completing
detailed
today's.
story थी. Well detailed story थी. I must say, it was a good story.
Something you wish to report?
वो वाला सीन किधर है जिसमें नाइदा गले मिलती है रुकते वैसे. वो तो चला गया ना. वो तो पहले था. वो तो बहुत पहले था ना. वो तो चला गया. इसका तो मेरे को ऑलरेडी है. कितनी मिलेगी ये शार्लेट? ये मेरे को C3 हो
You
गई
have my
है.
undivided attention.
शार्लेट शायद मेरे को C3 हो चुकी है. मैंने उसको बहुत कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. हाँ C2 हो चुकी है. फक सिक भाई. कितना पिटी हुआ? कम ही हुआ होगा मेरा. बहुत कम हुआ होगा. मैं पिटी बढ़ा ही रहा हूँ अपना. पिटी में अपना बढ़ा ही रहा हूँ अभी. नहीं अभी वो ये जो लास्ट के 3 है ये भी ऐड करने पड़ेंगे. एंड 16 30 33 33 36 हुआ है अभी पीटी. अभी मेरा एक्सप्लोर करेंगे कल. अब मैं इसको कियाया की जगह लेना चाहता था एक्चुअली. मैं ये बहुत पावरफुल है. इस कियाया से तो है इसलिए मैं बोल रहा था कि मैं लूँगा. मुझे ये मना कर रहा है क्रेज ये सब लेने से. आई डोंट नो व्हाई. न्यू हैंडसम tall dark animal guy coming up in Natland. Okay, of course. So good. वो टॉल गाय कौन है? कुछ पता है उसका नाम वगैरह कुछ? वो अब लेनी है. थोड़ी बहुत हो जाएगा ना तब फिशी कैरेक्टर एक कैरेक्टर आएगी. वो 34 हो जाएंगे ना तब पिछली एक करके एक कैरेक्टर आएगी. वो बाय करना है वहां से। अच्छा, यहाँ पे आएगी मतलब पिछली करके। ओके, 30 कितने 34 करके। ओके, ये बढ़ते कैसे हैं मुझे पता नहीं है। करंटली यूज टू रेयर होगा। अच्छा, हु इज मोर पावरफुल, फुरीना और राइसली? हु इज मोर पावरफुल? मुझे लगता है फुरीना ज़्यादा पावरफुल है राइसली से, बट मेरे को राइसली चाहिए क्योंकि वो अच्छा दिखता है। मुझे भी लगता है फुरीना ज़्यादा पावरफुल है राइसली से। और मेरे को राइसली ज़्यादा पसंद है यार, वो अच्छा दिखता है ना। कल से अपन लोग कल ना अपना वर्ल्ड थोड़ा सा ना वर्ल्ड एक्सप्लोरेशन करेंगे। ठीक है, कल से अपना ये करेंगे वर्ल्ड एक्सप्लोरेशन। ठीक है, गो फॉर रियो। हाँ ऑब्वियसली, कल से अपना वर्ल्ड एक्सप्लोरेशन स्टार्ट रहेगा। एक अचीवमेंट आया है मेरे को। ओके, तो यहाँ MHK was more of a main DPS while Furina is a sub DPS। अब मैं मेन DPS तो नहीं ले सकता। अब मेन DPS तो Furina is good when you have team with her। उसके वेपन्स के लिए भी बहुत पकड़नी पड़ेगी, सोच लेना। न्यू कैरेक्टर का नाम इज IFA। IFA नाम है उसका। रुको रुको, आई विल सर्च IFA एंड देन आई रुको फॉर IFA गेंशिन। he looks cool, he looks cool, he looks cool। EFA, अरे EFA की IFA? मैंने IFA सर्च किया, आया कुछ? EFA गेंशिन, IFA ही है, IFA ही है भाई। ये मेरे को नहीं पता ये क्या है का नाम। फक से मैंने तो ठीक से नाम लिखा कर। EFA ईफा 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 अरे नहीं है भाई, गेंशिन EFA है ही नहीं कोई, IFA ही है। EFA कोई मिल ही नहीं रहा, IFA ही मिल रहा है सिर्फ। IFA ही मिल रहा है एक। व्हाट नॉट अगेन? भैया नाम IFA है पर प्रोनाउंसिएशन के लिए EFA। अच्छा अच्छा, ईफा। अच्छा ईफा नाम है उसका। हाँ वो थोड़ा सा ग्रीनिश टाइप बाल है उसके, गेको टाइप लग रहा था मेरे को दूर से। यू न्यू प्लेयर? यस आई एम न्यू प्लेयर। आई एम वेरी न्यू प्लेयर। आई एम जस्ट good at doing, I guess, quest, so I'm just doing। मस्त कैरेक्टर है ना, गेको टाइप लग रहा है, पता नहीं मेरे को। नाइस, वेलकम टू गेशन इम्पैक्ट। ओह आई हैव लाइक not that much of new that I have to be welcomed, but yes I am very new with the characters and everything। शिक देखी मैंने, वो लड़की देखी मैंने। वो पोयो doesn't make him bow। bow? What is bow? What is bow now? Hmm? तीर कमान। bow characters, I hate bow characters, I hate bow characters, I hate the fuck out of bow characters। If if Orun was not a Poe character, he would have been my main DPS, I guess. If Orun was not a Poe character. Trust me, Orun अगर नहीं होता ना Poe character, like वो काला है. ओरुन नहीं होना चाहिए था. ओरुन को मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, स्वॉर्ड भी दे दो ओरुन को. कैन रेसिस्ट और 20 टावर. Twenty is a bow character also. Nice. पता है, the main thing is bow character is देख तो ओरुन को ना वो टाइप देना चाहिए था पावर, जैसे उसको है सक्रोस को. वो टाइप थोड़ा बहुत होना चाहिए था उसका. लीसा जैसा होना चाहिए था वो. ओरुन लीसा जैसा होना चाहिए था, तब वो बेस्ट होता. वो पावरफुल होता बहुत. उसको लोगों ने इतना पावरफुल बना रखा होता ना अभी तक. ओरुन बहुत चुतियाप टाइप है. बो कैरेक्टर सारे चुतियाप टाइप है, सारे के सारे. ओरुन ही मेरे को लगता है इनमें जो बेटर है थोड़ा सा. नहीं नहीं, फाइटिंग स्टाइल मैच वो तो चेंज करते हैं ना फाइटिंग स्टाइल फिर उसका. थैंक यू फॉर द सब्सक्रिप्शन. MHK is definitely not quite my man. He's actually really good. His abilities are really good, but the thing is, he's a bow character, and bow characters usually, I don't think so, get in a team. bow character तभी अच्छे हैं, बस सारे कैरेक्टर को सूट नहीं होता. ओरुन नहीं, ओरुन इज डिफरेंट एज ए बो करेक्टर. उसका जो अल्ट पॉइंट है ना उसका, वो बहुत अच्छा है. वो बहुत अच्छा है, मेरे को बहुत पसंद है उसका. लेकिन वो भी पावरफुल है. वो भी एरो भी उसका बहुत पावरफुल है. नॉर्मली छोटे में 1 स्टार से भी मारता हूँ, वो बहुत पावरफुल है. उसकी एबिलिटी वो बहुत पावरफुल है. ई वाली एबिलिटी उसकी अच्छी खासी पावरफुल है. एंड ही कैन फ्लाई ऑल्सो. ही इज बेटर देन एनी बो करेक्टर आई हैव एवर सीन until now. Eight bow characters, I would love to hear your opinions on child. I don't have child. If yeah, I played with child. Yes, I was in Fontaine. I played with child. I hated it. I fucking hated every single piece of it. Yeah, he can play with the like the close range things. Like he can have a sword also, but I hate him. If he have like a animo kind of a child is the best. Nah, child is not the best. Child is not the best. Child. Cool down management is key, honestly. Child is not the best. In my opinion, the any bow characters you have, first is Orun, second is Child. Any bow characters in this, first is Orun. You haven't played Child well. Yeah, I haven't played because he is not well. He is not good, you know. मैंने जब पहली बार हेजो आया था, उसको किस तरह खेला था मैंने. पहली बार में खेलना स्टार्ट कर दिया था मैं तो. Yelen is the best. I used to play him in my main first 2 years of my gameplay. I don't like. The most favorite character I have played, not the like favorite character in the game I have played is Hezo. हेजो के बराबर मैं किसी को नहीं रखता हूँ. मेरे को अभी भी वो फादर से बेटर लगता है somehow for some reasons. Yelen, I have not seen Yelen. What I want in my, I want Mavika. I want Search Leno fast. Okay. Yelen. Okay. Yelen. Genshin. ये तो वो ये इसको टोगा जैसी बाल हैं इसके. हाँ, इसके टोगा जैसे थोड़े थोड़े बाल हैं. यू माइट लाइक इट. Rio has the same gameplay as Hezo. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to pull him. Actually, to trials when you get him. You can do trials? If you build Hezwa, he will give more damage than father. Any character can give 10k or 100k depending on how you build them. हाँ है तो है सेम, हाँ बिल्कुल वैसी ही है बिल्कुल। ये अभी तक आई नहीं है क्या? क्या नाम है इसका? येलन या इवेंट्स? ओके। सनी is not that good. At least C1 is needed. Okay, C1 is needed. Okay. Father is I know father. I have like father on my main DPS. आती ही है चली जाती है, आते ही चली जाती है। तो मेन डीपीएस पे चल सकती है क्या येलन? मुझको येलन चाहिए क्योंकि उसका थोड़ा बहुत जो येलन का जो वो है ना बालू वाला वो टोगा जैसा ही है। टोगा टोगा टोगा, मैं नाम भूल गया। शी इज बर्स्ट सपोर्ट। ओके। मेन डीपीएस चला सकते हो? नहीं 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 नहीं, आई डोंट वांट मेन डीपीएस टू बी चेंज नाउ। पता है जब मेरे को फादर मिली ना, जब मेरे को फादर मिली थी, मैं तुम लोगों को बता देता हूँ, जब मेरे को फादर मिली थी पहले तो आई गिव लॉट ऑफ थैंक यू टू क्रिस एंड मिन मिन कि इन दोनों की वजह से मेरे को फादर मिली थी। मेरे दिल पे पत्थर रख के हेजुआ को मेन टीपे से हटाया था। अभी वो मेरी टीम तक में नहीं है। मेरे को अभी भी बुरा लगता है कि मैं उससे खेल नहीं पा रहा हूँ। क्रेडिट्स तो दिए, थैंक यू जो बोला, और कितना बोलूँ? मेरे को थोड़ा बुरा लगता है कि आई कांट प्ले विद हेजुआ राइट नाउ, क्योंकि उसके साथ ना उसकी उसकी प्रॉपर जो पूरी टीम जो बनाई थी ना मैंने, क्या थी वो टीम जो क्रिस ने शायद बना के दी थी मेरे को? हाँ क्रिस ने बना के दी थी। दैट वाज आई गेस डायोना, जोंगश्यू, और कौन सी थी? एक और थी, हाँ जंग, क्या था उसका वो फायर वाली का क्या है, जांगलिंग क्या नाम है उसका, जो भी नाम है। ये थी और हेजुआ था। वो एक्चुअली में अच्छी थी। मेरे को हेजुआ बहुत पसंद है, मेरे को उसका फाइटिंग स्टाइल बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद है। अगर मेरे को राइसली मिल जाता है आई जस्ट मेक हिम माई सब डीपीएस, जैसे अभी किया है मेरा। हाँ जांगलिंग, हाँ। हाँ ये यही यही थी जो अभी किसने लिखा हुआ है नाम। रेजर Zhangxu, और क्या है एनिमो, क्या है इसमें सेम, क्या है सब डीपीएस है मेरा अभी एट दिस पॉइंट बिकॉज ऑफ ही हैज़ द मोस्ट लेवल एंड उसको थोड़ी बहुत स्वॉर्ड भी वैसे दे रखी मैंने। ठीक है। सब डीपीएस कांट बी सब डीपीएस, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय सब डीपीएस? आज तो नहीं कोई रखूंगा ना, फादर को ही रखूंगा ना मैं मेन डीपीएस। और किसको रखूंगा फिर मेन डीपीएस? ओके जस्ट प्रिटेंड कि हम लोगों को राइसली मिल गया, तो व्हाट विल बी माय टीम? Is illegal to have as a sub DPS. He should be main DPS. How can he be main DPS over father? I can't understand that. Over father, no one can be DPS ना। मौई का अगर होगी तो अलग पॉइंट है वो। Me who is given to skip everyone first. And father don't go well in one team. Fuck sake. फिर क्या लूँ मैं? फुरीना के लिए ट्राई करूँ? Rayo, Bennett, Sung, Skoros, और Kazuha. Bennett I don't have. Bennett I want. Bennett can go with anyone. Bennett I want. Zhongling and Skoros I have. मेल ठीक से होगा नहीं cause they play on their own, you I have Farina, चलो और चलो। तो what should Rayo, Sina, Darling, Kazuha. You don't have Bennett? No, I want Bennett. I really want Bennett. I don't have Bennett. I really want Bennett. Bennett can go with anyone, anyone, anyone. Also can't go with father. I have Rayo. Okay. So I should save my Primos from now, I guess. Because if they both can't go with the father, I want a team like who can support father. So Bennett I will try. Who else? I use Soyuna with father. चल जाता है काम. I want the best team. I want the best team with father. Six Sigma has team restrictions because you can't go with physical teams. So what can I do? No, पर pull कर लेना भाई. Zilonen. ये कौन है Zilonen? I don't know who is this. Z. Oh, okay. This girl. This guy. Okay, this guy. Okay. Okay. So what's the ability? In Abyss, you should have two sides team. You should have 8 characters, 2 main DPS on each. I did once the main APS. Go for Rio. राइसली के लिए क्यों जाऊं मैं? Will Chichi the best main? Completely free to play. Father team would be Zerling, Father, Scorus and Zhongxi. Zhongling बहुत जगह आती है. Zhongling has a main DPS? What the fuck? और जल्दी नहीं आएगा. Yeah, I want Rio. Okay, don't wish for will come after 2-3 again. Oh bro, no, I can't wait 2-3 years. I will get him anyhow. I will get him. No matter what, I will get him. I can't wait for 2-3 years. I will get him. And then I guess I will build Father. I will build Skurus. I will build Shangshin. लगाओ पैसा लगाओ ले लो. Build करेंगे ना. Build Shangshin can be used as a damage per. But God so no matter how many DPS you have, if you don't have good support, DPS are useless. Like father is like totally different. As much I have played, I have not played that much, but I have seen father doesn't need any support. Father, if you're playing father, it's a one woman show. Bro, बड़े पापड़ बेले थे यार फादर को लाने में हम लोगों ने. उफ. अभी फिर से एक्सप्लोर करेंगे. कल पूरी स्ट्रीम हम लोग यही करेंगे. कल पूरी स्ट्रीम हम लोग एक्सप्लोरेशन कैरेक्टर बिल्डिंग पे ही रखेंगे. ठीक है. We want to build Zongling. We want to build father. You're confusing न्यूलेट है ही नहीं ना मेरे पास. क्या है न्यू जो भी है, मैं प्रोनाउंस करना नहीं आता. जो भी है ये भाई उसके लिए बड़े पापड़ बेले. यू कैन गो वॉच माई स्ट्रीम. आई वाज सो फक्ड अप दैट टाइम. I was about to cry because it was going like I guess 17 hours were left and I was not even close to get Primos. Nuvi is the best DPS. Okay, what is the time? Okay guys, बहुत लेट हो गया. 12:30 से ज़्यादा हो गया. ठीक है. So we need to go now. ठीक है. याद ये जो भी बातें होंगे हम कल करेंगे. कल अपनी टीम भी एक्साइट करेंगे, कैरेक्टर बिल्ड भी करेंगे, एक्सप्लोर भी करेंगे. कल जो होगा होगा. नाउ वी नीड टू गो क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा लेट हो गया है. सबको सोना है. ठीक है. सबको सोना है. या आई नो इट्स 12:39 बट वी हैव टू गो. चलो, स्टे हैप्पी, स्टे सेफ और सब लोगों को अच्छी तरह सो जाना. बहुत लेट हो चुका है. सब सो जाओ अच्छी तरह से. ख्याल रखो.